And what a game. Obviously, it would have been a much better game if we'd have come out on top. I want to give Wake Forest the credit that is due. Heck of a club. That's what the fans came for, sold out, unbelievable atmosphere. We had some chances to get it done and we didn't. But you also have to give them credit. Chase Burns was electric and we hung around. That's a big credit to Shea Sprague. What I'm most pleased with our guys, there's some things that we did not do well. That was clear, especially the little things in the small ball. But one thing that this team always does well is they play their tails off, and that's what I'll tell them. Flush it, move on, get ready for a great week.
Thanks, Coach. We'll open up for questions now.
Hey, Vance, how tough was it to go against Burns tonight? Had you guys flipped the switch when he was pulled from the game?
Yeah, man, he's good. No really way around that. We just knew, try to just have some good at bats, string something together, and get his pitch count up a little bit, and then once we were, if we could get him out of the game, then just try to have some good at bats after that. But I think that was kind of the name of it. Once that guy kind of gets out of the game, you obviously have a little bit more confidence. So just really trying to battle and plug each at bat.
Scott, what do you need to see moving forward now that you need to clean up after tonight going into the region?
Honestly, just flush it and move on. I've been fortunate to be here a long time. Fortunate to be a part of some really, really good teams. 7 Omaha trips. I felt like we should have had a couple more. But some of those trips we don't win the ACC tournament. We sure tried, and there's no reason to dwell on things. That's where the coaching comes in. You go back and say, hey, this is why a bunt is so important. This is why we keep working on it. The right base running decision. But again, I'm going to remind the guys, the aggressiveness and going after it doesn't need to change. That's how you win a championship. But we got, you also have to use your head a little bit and make some smarter decisions. And we'll work on it. That's where our job comes in, to help these guys make those better decisions, because you do need to use your head a little bit in baseball. But man, these guys, they're a pleasure to coach, that's for sure. So I'll tell them honestly, just move on, trust us. We'll get back to work on Monday probably, or Sunday or something.
How does missing that opportunity there in the 11th kind of bleed into the 12th, and kind of, how does it kind of snowball?
I wouldn't use the word snowball. I would use, I didn't give Nick Kurtz credit either, but he's a pretty good player. The game could have been over there. Poston was hurling it in there in 97. He was trying to elevate and for sure not throw him a strike. And players make mistakes. And Matt Poston was sure not trying to do that. It was an elevated fastball, and give Kurtz credit. He got inside of it just enough. But we don't believe anything bleeds into anything. We have short memories. We talk about it all the time. Flush it fast. I told D'Onofrio after the base running mistake, you got to move on, and it starts with me quickly. Because if you don't, everybody dwells on it, and it's a negative emotion in the dugout. It doesn't work. So, really, I felt like two good at bats by Houston, and then Kurtz, obviously with the big home run, and then they were able to get 2 more.
But having them down to the last strike, how frustrating is that to get there and just?
Yeah, it sucks. Nobody likes to lose, and you're looking at somebody that hates it worse than a lot of people probably. But sometimes, when things happen, it can set you up for future success, hopefully, because you're going to be back in that same situation. You can't win a title without beating a really good team with a potential first rounder on the mound, and 2 or 3 or 2 for sure first rounders in the batter's box. You got to make those pitches. But again, the great thing is it's not the last game. You get a chance to learn from it and get ready for the NCAA tournament.
How can you clean up some of those small ball mistakes, especially like bunting, as you look towards the NCAA tournament?
Just work on them. Colby's a really good bunter. You just get in the cages, put that hack attack machine on, and do what we've been doing since we started, whenever it was, first day of classes in August. You know, and I learned that a long time. I was fortunate to play at North Carolina Wesleyan, and Coach Fox brought that here. Just the importance of being able to execute, and we work on it every single day. But these kids are human too. You know, Kobe Wilkerson sure as heck isn't trying to pop that bun up, but we'll work on that, and that's where our job comes in, about being positive and say, hey, let's try to pull that bat back and push the ball down and get the bunt down.
What was your view of the French playing the plate?
You know, it was a force out. It was a heck of a play by Houston. He was in between, so he could either turn a double play or go to the plate. And I was just hoping that there was no lane for French to slide into, because the rule is you can't block the plate before the ball comes. And I haven't gone and looked at it on the replay, but obviously they didn't see that, and that's what they're paid to do.
Scott, what were your thoughts just overall, getting in here a little late, so you might have addressed it, just on the missed chances in the extra innings?
Yeah, you know, we had a lot of them. But again, we also did a lot of things when they had chances. And you got to tip your hat to them that when we didn't get it done there at the end, they did. You know, really, it's just baseball. And, you know, Gavin's looking for something up in the zone and didn't get it to move it to the outfield. And then Colby's got big hit after big hit all season for us. And I was expecting, after Gavin didn't do it, I expected Colby to do it. But, you know, you're sure once it doesn't happen, you got to keep playing. Even that last inning, Vance is leading off with that double. We're trying to get the time run to the plate. And, you know, these guys are going to play until that last out is made. Unfortunately, we ran out of outs and we were behind.
Thanks, guys. Good luck next week.
Can I get one more? Is that okay?
All right.